Today I'm going to talk about ice fishing. I have an audience of my brother, my dad, my mom, and my sister, and my girlfriend Courtney, Karen, Marley, Sam, and Tom. Ice fishing is a great sport that requires some skill and a lot of luck. Ice fishing is fun if the fish are biting. The fish sometimes will bite like crazy and other times they won't bite at all. The fish house is a nice spot to hang out with your dad and your brother. The quality time spent in a fish house is never forgotten. I like to use some gadgets in the fish house, but I can't afford a lot of them. The fish house is a spot to relax and not worry about anything. There are a lot of steps in getting ready to ice fish. It's hard work, but once you catch a couple fish, it's all worth it. The cold, bitter wind is a lot to bear some days in the cold winter. There's a lot of fish, has a smell, and minnows stink all the time. I've always been ice fishing ever since I can remember. My dad would always take me and my brother whenever we could find time. Our fish house was just a portable. It wasn't that nice, but it was easy to move. My dad couldn't afford a nice fish house. It was always cold, never had enough holes for all three of us, but hey, it was fun. When I get out to the lake, I like to do a lot of things. I like to be in the right spot. I like to make sure the fish house is set up so the wind ain't going to just destroy it. I think that's the biggest part about catching fish. I have some utensils back here that I want to show you how to use. I have an ice dipper. That's when you drill out the holes and use this ice dipper just to dip out the holes. I got an ice auger here. That's how you just start it up, give it a pull, and you just pull a trigger and that drills your holes out. Once you're done with that, you get a fishing pole, which I don't have here, and you just drill out you got your holes and you just put a rod in there and you just jig or however you want to fish. They also have sonic fish attractors, which if you put on your lures or your bait, they're nice, but I have never used them. I got a Vexilar that I use quite regularly. You just hit the switch, turn it on, and that little thing, if there's a fish in your thing, it'll usually look like that. It'll turn green or something. Well, something will happen. You'll know when there's a fish in there. And then I like to use aerator for my minnows. You just turn this button on here and it aerates your minnows, keeps them alive for a long time. It's a lot of fun. Last but not least, the most important after you catch a bunch of fish is we got a battery operated fillet knife. This is a plug-in fillet knife and it's got sharp blades. They move back and forth to sear the fish fillet off the skin. Other than that, a fish fillet isn't that good if you just use a regular knife. I got a dipper here. This is for when you're in your bait bucket. You can just dip the minnow out. Works a lot better than just putting your hand in there and getting it all full of slime. I like using the thrill of a fishing. I relate to fishing as a roller coaster. It happens so fast. Your adrenaline is always rushing. Whenever you hear a rattle reel, you're like, yeah, come on. The thrill of, first you have to beat Dad to the hole all the time. He's always on the one. He's got the best hole in the house every time. Then I have to wait. If I do get to the hole, you got to wait for the fish to take it. And you're just sitting there like, come on, come on. And then the fish, if you don't get it hooked right, you'll just get off, And the best part of setting the hook, the best part of catching the fish is setting the hook and just pulling it up, It's like whatever. And then you don't ever know if the fish is going to be big or small or who knows what size it's going to be. I can usually tell, like when you're pulling, once you got him on and you're pulling him up, if If he's fighting, it's a pretty nice one, but if he's barely fighting, it's going to be a little guy, and if you can barely feel him, you know it's going to be a really small one. There's a lot of types of fish out in there. You can catch walleyes, northerns, perch, all sorts of fish that they relate in every lake. There's fish in every lake around here, and we're the land of 10,000 lakes, if I recall. Minnesota, I mean, Lake of the Woods just has oodles of fish in it if you ever get up there. Ice fishing's a fun sport to get into. It takes a lot of practice to get good. You got to track fish and know which way the fish are swimming sometimes. Fish will make some people go crazy because they'll never catch any. I can't remember the last time I got skunked, but people do every day and don't get anything. You can be a successful ice fisher without any special equipment. All you need is a rod, some way to get through the ice, an ice dipper, and a minnow and a rod, and you can just ice fish just as good as I can. There are a lot of things out there that I didn't talk about that will make ice fishing easier because I can't. I'm just a rookie too. Ice fishing can be very fun to catch fish all day long. When I'm out ice fishing, I like to use gadgets, but most of my buddies got them, so I just use theirs. It's a lot cheaper. Overall, there are a lot of tricks to ice fishing, but you just have to fish and fish and fish, and then you'll maybe catch a fish. Who knows? In order to become the best ice fisher, you have to fish quite a bit, because that's what most of the people out there say, time will catch fish. Catching the fish is probably the most fun overall. There are a lot of things to do when ice fishing. Just remember, if fishing was easy, everyone would do it. The end.